Boxing Bros UK. Watch it.
Thanks, sir.
Hello, everybody. This is Boxing Bros UK here. I am a Hister Boss Chris. This is my co-host on the far left, Andrew the Boxing Brain.
Hello.
A special guest today, Gunman Boxing, and he's reporting from Belmarsh. CV4.
What cell block you in, Gunman?
What do you make of this new Netflix thing?
Oh,
Netflix doing the Canelo Crawford fight with the Saudis. Like Turkey Al Sheikh's not using the zone.
Yeah, I mean they did that.
Eddie.
They did that for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I'm all for it. You?
Yeah, I think if the zone had all the boxing people on there, did all the boxing, I think it might be boring. There's no competition. It's all the same. They can charge us what they want because all the boxing's over there. Do you know? Instead of so it's good that it's not been monopolized straight away. So I'm all for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good though. I guess my first thought when Chris mentioned this to me today, I saw it a bit earlier, is that they obviously want it to reach as wide an audience as possible, which is brilliant, bringing more eyes to the sport. But I tell you what, after some of the stink fest that Canelo's put on recently, I just hope he's I just hope he's game enough in there, because Crawford's surely going to bring a little bit of heat. He's going to try and do something, not just run away like Skull and Charlo and some of the previous. For Belanga is okay, but I just hope it's a good fight, Gunman and Chris, because it's going to be on a global scale, and we want the sport as big as possible. And like your girlfriend, Chris, who watched, she stayed up with Chris to watch Skull versus Canelo. She'll never fucking watch boxing again after that.
She goes to me, she didn't know who Canelo was, and she went, the commentators were talking about Canelo, and she goes, what, he's the face of boxing? I said, yeah, no, he's good. He's been undisputed, he's got his titles, proper bigging him up. And then the fight was on, and she fell asleep. And then she woke up and she went, you know that face of boxing? She went, I think he's a bit shit, to be honest. She fell asleep. I was like, oh man, this is not good. But that's the casuals for you. Like, if that's what they saw, this is the legend, the face of boxing, pound king, and that's the fight they see. They're gonna think, boxing isn't very good. Like, what's this?
But you've seen a few fights like that recently. The Haney, that New York card was an absolute snooze fest. You know what I mean?
Oh, mate.
That card was like 2 tablespoons of night nurse. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the line. I love it.
No punches thrown. And I never get that in fights. Like, especially, I fought myself and I had 11 fights myself. And I just don't understand, right? If you train for a camp and you jump in the ring and then you don't throw any punches, like, what have you been training to do? How's that happen?
It's weird. Do you think we should get a rule in? I mean, I know there's too many rules in sport, but maybe we should start doing a rule if you don't throw a certain, because they were all, I think 3 out of those, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 of those fights on that whole weekend, including the Canelo fight, were in the bottom 5 on the CompuBox stats of all time for lowest output. I mean, that is a travesty. Surely, Turkey, get in there and create a rule or something where if you don't throw 100 punches around, you ain't coming back. Do you know what I mean?
You lose. Yeah, so they should have pay grades. So if you land, this punches, you get paid this much. if you throw this many, you get paid. No, because hopefully it might think right, because they'll be saying how many punches have we been throwing to their coach instead of a man winning.
Oh, yeah, mate. No, definitely. I like that. Pay grades and punches thrown.
But it's boxing league. Do you know if Turkey Al Sheikh said, right, Netflix, forget all them belts, we've only got the undisputed belt and the Ring magazine, and you fight on here, and if you win your next fight, you get paid more money. If you lose, you get paid less, and just people, none of all this politics, and everybody has to do the same rules. Everyone just has to weigh in the day before, and that's it. There's no rehydration. There's no.
Done.
I'll tell you what.
We just forget all those belts.
Coming 20 stone on fight night.
On Netflix, and it's going to be free, no pay-per-view.
Hey, Chris, if boxing was run by you, it'd be a lot better place, my brother.
Get us on the commission.
Yeah, because oh man, it just gets confusing. Right, so he doesn't have to make weight for this sanctioning body, vacating this belt. It's just tiresome, man.
Hey, Gunman, I wanted to ask you a question. We're always like to gas him up because he lives near us. I live with someone who's good mates with him. Moses Atoma, the Chatham boy, lives actually not probably quite close to Chris. Chris is in Chatham, I'm in Gillingham. Is he the real deal? We're all hyping him up a bit. He's still a young boy. Got the Dillian White fight. It's looking like August. What's your
What do you think
give
of
us
that
your
fight
kind
as
of
well?
thoughts on him?
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
But yeah, Atoma in general.
Sorry. And Moses Atoma, what do you think of Moses?
Yeah, I think he's a really exciting prospect. I mean, I've heard about him sparring like top heavyweights when he was like 15 years old, fighting like some of the best in the game. I can't name some names, but I'm sure it's like people like Dubois and
Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce. He sparred some really like top guys when he was like 15. He's knocking out bums. Let's be honest, he's knocking out bums. But you know, you can only beat what's in front of you. He's knocking out guys. He's doing the job. Dillian White, great fight for him. Dillian White's a new Chisora, always going to be the stepping stone now. I think that was always going to happen in the long run. And I just think, Dillian White's well past his sell-by date now. You know, like that brother needs to be getting sponsored by Very Liquid because he's washed up. And one of them ones. So,
Oh God!
I don't think we need to see. I mean, listen. Unless he can wind back the clock, and it's heavyweight boxing, unless he can just come with some kind of sort of World War III type overhand right. You know what I mean? One of them ones where you got
Ordinary style.
Unless it happens, I can't see how he's going to win. But it's a good matchup for Atoma, I think. Good CV.
It's great matchmaking, isn't it?
Yeah,
really
at least
good matchmaking.
If you think he hasn't been longer than like 2 rounds in about 4 fights, so if White takes him to round 4, that's a bonus because he hasn't been to round 4 for ages, like for about 5 fights. So and I think obviously, and it's a good name on his resume. Good fight.
Yeah, listen, I want to see it. You guys want to see it. Everyone want to see it. I mean, I'd love. Everyone's talking about him beating Mike Tyson's record for the youngest heavyweight. But he's just never going to get near that. It's really hard to beat that record. I don't know how long he's got left that he needs to do that in. But
I think it might have gone, Gunman. I think it was this month. I think it had to have been this month. I think.
Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way he's fighting Usyk or
Fury. I said this.
Dubois. Yeah.
We've got a mate. Yeah, like we said, our mate. Yeah, he's like good friends with him. And he's a cruiserweight. Hopefully, he should be fighting this year, Josh Antonio. But
the showcase,
when we first signed him, and he said, "I want to beat Mike Tyson's record." I looked at his age, and I thought, and I can't remember. I think AJ might have been champ, or AJ just lost to Usyk, and I was like, "He's never going to beat Mike Tyson's record in 2 years. There's no way." And our mate was like, "Yeah, he can. I was like,
"Yeah, he guesses him up.
He hasn't got the ability, but he's just never going to get the fights.
You can't get a shot. You won't get a shot. Yeah,
no one's going to give him a shot. Nobody." And then I've been proven right. I hate to say, but I said that when he signed him, that's a dream. That it's not even a dream. You've got more chance of finding a winning lottery ticket on the floor outside than he has in Tyson's record.
Yeah, Frank's trying to build him, boys, isn't he? Frank's trying to build him correctly. Frank's good at that. And I think, look, he has a massive opportunity, skill set wise, to be a world champion by the time Usyk, Fury. I mean, bloody hell, I don't even know whether to get onto that. I mean, Fury's retired more times than I've had hot dinners, boys. Do you know what I mean? I can't keep up. It's unbelievable.
Is he back? Is he coming back again or not?
Of course he is.
I don't care at this point. I've lost interest.
Of course he is.
Does anyone care anymore? Like,
no, he'll be back. He'll be back. But listen, if you've got Moses Atoma, why rush him? You know what I mean? I know we wanted to see him get that shot, but it's a bit like with Ben Whitaker. People going, "Oh, he'll never be a world champion." I said, "Of course he will." And same with Atoma. Of course they will. Because one thing that those two brothers have got is time. And one thing that people keep on saying, boxing is a young man's game. Well, no, it isn't. All the top champions, say above middleweight, are all older fighters. You know, you've got a few younger fighters in Haney and Teofimo Lopez and stuff like that. But most of the best boxers, if I ask you to name a pound for pound list, Fury, Usyk,
Yeah.
Lomachenko, Terence Crawford, Canelo, they're all deep into their 30s, you know.
Bivol.
So when you see like Ben Whittaker and Toma, and they're in their 20s, you're managing them. You just wait for it all to clear up a little bit. You know what I mean? Wait till like Peter Biev and Bivol. You Whittaker, you wait for Peter Biev to gone. He'll be gone. He's 40. Bivol's like deep into his 30s. You know, even Buatsi and Yard doing their 30s. You just wait for it to clear, and then it starts. He got a great chance of getting a title.
That's it. As soon as they go, and then by the time he gets to Bivol, it might be quite old. Might have lost a step, you know. And it's his time.
That's it. Or just wait till he's gone. Just wait till he's gone. You know.
You make a good point there, Gunman, though, because in sport, like, you know, experience is a big thing. I know, obviously, sometimes you just get old overnight, and maybe we'll see that with Usyk, maybe an Usyk. I don't think he will, Usyk, but I still think Usyk's going to win that. But father time does catch up with you eventually. But I think it proves your point that experience is a massive thing. That know-how, being in the trenches. You know, maybe you've been knocked out a couple of times before, and you can't. I don't know. I just think you can't buy that, can you?
No,
can't buy experience.
Yeah, exactly. I think one fighter just recently said, that was it. I think I was speaking with Jamie Cox. Jamie Cox, he's about to do BKFC bare knuckle, but he's fought some good fighters anyway, Jamie Cox. But he said to me, experience, you can't just get that overnight, you know?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, if I fought 10 rounds and Chris has fought 500 rounds, who's got the advantage? Do you know what I mean? Chris has, because he's seen loads of different scenarios, he's seen situations, he's seen different styles, he's walked the walk more than me, he's going to be more composed than me. And all experience actually, like, so everyone always says boxing's a young man's game, but all the champions and all the best fighters in the world right now, with the exception of like Teofimo and Haney, with the exception of those lighter weights, Inoue, those lighter weights, they're more
Bam Rodriguez.
Yeah, but from like middleweight up, experience is key, and that's where where the knockouts are, from middleweight up, where you can just everything can get changed in a moment. Well, actually, you're not better off being a young kid. Then you're better off being more wily, more savvy, and more streetwise, and being a bit more composed in fights. Thanks a lot, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for coming on,
man.
Thanks for coming on. So I really enjoyed that.
Appreciate it. We'll see you at the next one, GUNMAN.
Yeah,
GUNMAN Boxing.
The baddest boxing channel in the UK, but I am on the Boxing Bros, and these two bros are right up there. Honestly, you guys are absolutely pleasure to have me on Boxing Bros UK. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe.